Hey guys, this is a new series I'm doing called Investing in Your Peripherals. Episode 1, which is this one, is about keyboards. Yes, my favorite peripheral, keyboards. Everyone loves upgrading their computer. Okay, you have to do it in time. Eventually your computer becomes obsolete, doesn't work quite as well, you have to upgrade it. So what do? Well, you unplug your peripheral and you get your computer, the old one, out of the picture, and you bring in your fancy new computer. Ooh, look at this, it's got a serial port, and you take your keyboard and you plug it in and, off you go to the races. Well, now you have your fancy, more powerful computer and everything like that, but you have the same old keyboard. A keyboard is a HID device, or a human interface device. This is one of the ways that the computer interfaces with you. You input data through the keyboard by pressing buttons. Everyone tends to use a cheap keyboard. This is a Logitech K120. They're about 20 bucks. They're not very good. You can get way better keyboards. Let me show you. Now, you can go with old keyboards. I have an old mechanical one here. This is kind of an IBM Model M clone. This uses Alps mechanical switches. There are multiple kinds of mechanical switches. I'll get into that later. But just listen to the sound difference. This is an old one. This is actually a serial AT keyboard. It uses a serial AT connector. And I have an adapter to adapt it over to a Personal Systems 2 port. So this works on my tower, that's over that way. It works great. It's just, big. This keyboard is great for typing, It has a great feel. It has tactile clickiness, versus I can't convey the feeling that well over a camera, but you can hear it. It's great. But there were other options than just this ancient thing. You can get massive gaming keyboards. This is a Rocket Rias MK Pro. It uses key switches made by Cherry, specifically MX Blacks. They're a linear key switch, which means there is no feedback like there is on this guy. As you press it down, you feel a very slight tactile bump and you get that sound. This one doesn't have that. No tactile bump, no sound. This is great for gaming, linear key switches. While these keyboards are way more expensive than your $20 crap board, they last way longer too. You truly get what you pay for here. These keyboards also offer a host of features. This one, every key can be reprogrammed in software. There are macro keys here, which, let's say you like to say, you're a big boss of a company, you like to type emails out going, "You're fired. Goodbye." Well, instead of going, "You're fired, goodbye," every time, you could bind that to this key here. So every time you press this key, the keyboard will type out, "You're fired, goodbye." And you can just spam one key instead of having to copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. Great for gaming. If you have to type things out a lot, these can be great for that too. If you're a video editor and you have to do, like Command Shift B F dot, you can just bind that to another one. This one also has 3 macro buttons down here beneath the spacebar, and the keys light up to blue. But this thing is massive. Here's that $20 crap keyboard laid over top of it, and that IBM clone. You can still see the Rayos. This is a big keyboard. Not everyone has space for that, which is why I'm going to show off my personal favorite mechanical keyboard. This is from Cooler Master. This is a CM Storm Quickfire TK. As you can see, way smaller. Look at it. This is a small keyboard. It looks a little funny, yes. The numpad is right up against the keyboard. It has all of your navigation and function keys built in. You switch between them by hitting the numlock button. This keyboard also uses, once again, switches made by Cherry, a German company, Guten Tag. Specifically the MX Brown switches, which don't have any audible feedback except the key bottoming out, but do have a tactile bump that you can feel. This keyboard also lights up, and it's really nice. This is way better for typing than this massive guy, because these keys have long travel and have no feedback, versus these have physical feedback. You can feel it. Now, the downside to mechanical keyboard, like I said, they cost more. This keyboard is $100. You can usually find it for $90, who knows, maybe even $80. This one takes getting used to because of the odd number pad arrangement, but at the end of the day, everyone will upgrade the old computer to a new computer, and you should do the same for your peripherals too. The best place I have found, if you have one of these stores in your area, to try a mechanical keyboard, try to find a Best Buy. They tend to have the Razer mechanical keyboards available and the Logitech ones on demo. You can also find in Micro Center stores, they will have a specially made keyboard with the 4 main Cherry switches. That is red, black, blue, and brown. I highly, highly recommend you either find one of those stores that has a sample available for you to try, or you can go online and order a sample kit, which will have a small board with key switches on it, which you can feel. That way you get a feel of which switch you like. Point is, it's kind of time to stop using these crappy little things on your desktop. Upgrade to something better.